here we are. I mean, no divided attention this time. It is a brand new TV show, brand new experience for everyone here on Overpass. It's like a rebooted franchise.
Yeah, that's good. That could be really good. Betway odds again dead even. So even the, I think that's a sign of just how confused the community has been. Nobody knows anything about what's going on anymore. So all up in the air.
Sometimes not even the players. Nice kill from Alu and great damage on a Kiyoshima. This is G2 on the back foot. He's going to take another peek, and boy, did he get punished.
Once was great, but, you know, coming back for more, definitely not the call. Still, 4-on-4. They've done some damage to Kiyoshima early on. Still up in the air. There is only flashbangs really available here for G2 to do anything with.
I was going to say, they used their smoke already, and that was the problem with that one kill coming out. I mean, you know, they didn't really get to utilize that smoke the way they'd like, so now just hurting on utility. It's Lucky on the other side of the map with a USP. There's a minute to play with. He's out towards long A and clearing out bathroom, so I feel like he just wants to make a presence, right? And then eventually, you have to believe he's going to fall back in bathrooms and head down the stairs to meet up with his team. The only other option would be to push all the way up long and just go for a heads-up fight. And if you win it, great. You probably help your team win this round. Otherwise, it'll feel a little silly.
I feel like I've seen him hit some great shots in the past with the USP, so maybe it's possible. That was a big chance right there. I'm not sure why Sonny's fighting that. That seems like such a scary position. 30 seconds. They're still in the B bomb side. Ence, I mean, this could be a huge call. Normally, obviously, you lose that fight, you probably rotate right out, but they're sticking around. Flashbang to go through. They didn't have a smoke, but that one grenade might have been all they needed. And now, at the barrels, 15 seconds on the clock, he gets a kill, but now they're in a lot of trouble. Sunny flanking them. Aerial, what does he do? They're just all on top of him. And Lucky will save the round. Third kill for him.
Yeah, credit to Ence just realizing that's not actually going to be A. That is just a fake. That is something that is designed to draw our attention away, and not rotating. But regardless, I mean, the flashbang was perfect, but also with 30 seconds left, he's got plenty of time to come in for the flank. So even if you don't rotate back to deal with him, eventually he's just going to have that angle that you cannot contend with as a defender. 1-0. Nice job by G2 overcoming the early pick from Alu. 3 MAC-10s on the board and no armor for Ence. They do have one flashbang, though.
And I believe we saw Aerial adjusting his monitor like 1/10 of a centimeter towards him. So if that makes the difference, that's kind of impressive, you know.
Well, Kenny S has an AK-47, and he is all alone at Playground. Now the MAC-10s are coming to provide him some support, provide him some space, and they do just that. Nobody falls for the G2 offense.
I have
All right.
a friend. My friend Daniel does art on social media.
You've got one. Go on.
I do have one. Yeah, that was the story, actually. But one of his friends, who shall remain unnamed, he would set his sensitivity to something like, 1.87342. He'd add 10 digits, and then whenever you start playing badly, he'd change the last one up or down once. Which I'm not even sure the game can possibly even figure that out.
Surely not. That can't be a real story.
That is, it's so insane that I just love the idea. You've gone so far off track.
Yeah, you've lost the plot to such a massive degree. In fact, to apparently 10 degrees.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like this from Alu. He needs that kill clean. He's not getting away. Yeah, Kiyoshima gonna pounce. That's a risky move from Alu.
Very risky, and did not really pay off. Damage to Jax, I guess that's something. But and now they're setting up outside of the B bomb site with, again, a lot of grenades there on the G2 side. Limited on the flashbangs, only 3 of those, which is kind of a shame because, I don't know, if you can get the right timing on the flashbangs down here at B, you could do everything you want.
The entire defense is along this left wall, and that's just not enough cover for Aerial. And the MAC-10s, they're just cannon fodder at this point. Who cares if they go down? Great trades from the rifles behind them. It's literally just the 2 MAC-10s that went down, each of them with a kill. Keo had one earlier, but he transferred over to Alu's rifle. So just a pretty standard hit. That actually worked exactly like designed for G2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what Ence could have done differently. It's when you don't have the monster control and you're up against that left wall line, you were saying, they are always going to get that wide angle against you. So even if you win any one of those fights, yeah, but there'll just be more people who are now fighting at, even worse angles from your point of view, and they even find Sunny at the end. This is a great start.
There's just no way to properly cover each other, right? Because that first guy has to watch towards sandbags.
Yes.
And the second guy who's farther back along the wall, he was even, I think, transitioning in towards water. But as soon as that first Mac 10 gets past his angle or his sight line, that first guy's just dead. He's not even paying attention. He's not even looking in that area. So G2 taking advantage of some Ence miscues. And as you said, a great start, 3-0, and they've built up money already. I mean, 3 players over 6,000. Ominex not too far behind at 5,000 or 5,300. Ence really, even in a loss in this round, if they don't somehow turn this in their favor, they need to get they need to start chipping away at this economy right away.
Yeah, some damage, some kills coming out. They have armor on 3 people, so...
The one crazy thing that's been really fun about this matchup, both tonight and yesterday in their series, is that no matter who's getting out to this really good start, no matter who's establishing the dominance early, there always seems to be a comeback. Like the other team always seems to make some kind of a run, no matter how unlikely it seems, and no matter how bad they were getting dominated for 5 or 6 rounds, and they start to make it a respectable scoreline going into the second half.
Yeah, that has been kind of a feature of it. Alu actually could have followed that one up. Now, the push out long has been very well spotted. Long range there. Kiyoshima able to handle himself. And Sunny and Sergey are kind of on the wrong side of the action here. Amanek is even holding the connector, I believe, so I don't need... It's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to make your way through here. He's got all the health. That Mac 10 will chew them up. Sergey's got no armor at all. So any bullets on him and the aim punch, yeah, should win the fight. It's a very measured round. G2 making, it feels like right now, all of the right decisions. Which is something on Nuke where I felt like,
no one was making the right decisions.
Yeah, that's... I was trying to find a diplomatic way to phrase that, but...
Nah.
It's gone straight for it.
Yeah. AWP on Alu in this round. Got the rifles surrounding it as well, the M4s. They've got utility, they've got a kit on Sergey. This would be as good a time as ever for Ence to start mounting a defense. Still that Mac 10 on Ominek. Both of these teams choosing to go for we saw Ence on Nuke. They were giving the Mac 10 over to Sunny and just having him get in vent with it. So stronger weapons obviously can be afforded, just choosing to play with this Mac 10.
Well, the AWP on Alu is a good way to get started, but that smoke when it fades, if somebody flashes Kiyoshima and he's just going to be walking through, that's one of those plays where when it works out like this, you think, well, that seems stupid, but actually, I don't know, I can think of a couple of ways in which you would get absolutely caught off guard by that. You're just not expecting it.
Right.
He's going to be going down, not really, I mean, I guess he saw a couple of people forward, but not even a lot of information to work with for his team, right?
No, it's just 2, and unfortunately, I mean, everyone was so far back on the map. That's changed now. Lucky was in this position, but Amanek and Jax were all the way at the back of that underpass. Kenny S was still very far back, even behind Playground, so there was no one who could really help him get into a better position. Even just a pop flash might have been worth it, but certainly they can't take advantage of anything he saw. It's got to just be a hit towards this B bomb site. X7 in the far back. That position was ruined in the pistol round by 1 flashbang. We'll see if it happens again. Molotov in, and yeah, he does a great job. Peek before the flashbang from Jax, and he's even allowed to have relative safety. No one actually attacking this bomb site. That's just 2 players from G2 sent into their death. And if you're Ominek and Kenny S, might even want to just go for a save call at this point.
Yeah, I would say the chances that you can make it onto the site and have any kind of success are pretty limited. 14 seconds, smoke. I mean, they could try and plant inside of it, but... Oh, and actually maybe jumping the gun a little bit there. They get the bomb plant down at the very least. If he could get one more kill, Kenny, but he's going to get shot at the back instead. Nice round out of Ence. Credited them for turning it around, even if it was a bit of a slow start. 4-1.
Keeping 4 players alive as well. That's huge. Did not take some kind of a close victory, so they can build up money. They can pass a gun over to Sergey, who will be able to have the utility. G2, meanwhile, due to the benefit of so much money built up in that 4-round streak and the plant they just have, sitting quite nice. Timeout being called early going into the 6th round.
Definitely a moment there of slight worry if they could have picked up one more kill there. Also, it even looked like Sergey was almost not looking for a kill. It actually looked like he was just his his screen was going to be the wrong angle. But they averted that danger. We'll see if they could put Alu back into play with that AWP. I feel like that's got to be part of the solution, surely, for Ence.
Big piece of the puzzle. He had some spectacular clutches earlier on in the series as well. I think they'll need him eventually on this defensive half. I mean, surely on a map like Overpass, the AWPer can dictate so much. They'll need him to have a few really, really solid rounds at the very least. Here he is getting aggressive again, as we've seen previously. Smoke to put out the Molotov to allow passage. Deep nade deals damage to Keo. And Sergey. Well, that nade itself could do good damage. It does. Look at Lucky. 55 HP dealt.
Yeah, he heard them running and he thought, you know what? Since you smoked it off, I'll just return the grenade and then we'll see each other later. That's actually 3 members of G2 somewhat tagged up, just without even engaging anyone.
Yeah, no chance of even a return. And this is now G2 just giving up all map control towards Playground, towards Fountain, towards Long A. They're just going to set up and attack this B bomb site. Plenty of utility for a full set piece. This could actually be a pretty aggressive, utility-heavy attack. Well, that'll do it. 2 through this smoke. Why not?
Yeah, just as you're counting that down in your head, aren't you? Just, absolutely ready to go. And then there's no entry. It's very reminiscent of the last round, isn't it? It's sort of like you sort of trying to do it, but then half the force just dies even outside of the bomb site. Now trying to see if they could boost in to get a kill in return. And finding no targets.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to get back into a run like this. Sonny might have even heard that drop and called out for the boost, so they have to know at least 2 players are here, more than likely. And with that much utility being thrown at one point, they had to have known it was at least 4. So this defense is on notice. 17 seconds up. Good kill from Almanac. He's been so stellar at finding entries with this Krieg. One more could do something spectacular, and he's got that as well. 10 seconds now. Surely Ence does not let them stay alive in this round. The bomb is being planted. They can't take it down. Sonny trying to make it. He's inside of the smoke.
There should be no way for Dieter to get back in this, but somehow it's a 3-on-3 with the bomb planted now as well. No time left in that round. If they'd shut down Kenny, that would have been the end. And Sonny now, a big play there to take the kill. All unlucky in a 1 versus 2. The smoke, I mean, yeah, it's going to provide a little bit of a gap, but not enough. And Sergey will still end up winning the round for Ence. A second on the board, and I don't know, it was way more scary. They lost 3 people at the end of that, so it's still going to hurt their economy. I don't know, that was a great play on Amanek, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing that all day long. That's been one of the toughest things for Ence to really control. And again, I mean, it's a 3-on-5 here. The fact he's able to get those 2 kills is stunning. The bomb plan is going to help out massively. If Kenny hits that 1 shot to support his teammate, that might have been very, very doable. Either way, Ence still fighting to get back into this and still fighting to establish some semblance of economic control. Kenny S is going to have the AWP. Almanac still has 10k, so anyone who needs a weapon on the G2 side of things is going to be just fine. Yeah, good to have a little bit of a bank in that. 4-2 lead here. That's great early on Overpass T side. You're going to be happy about that no matter what. And there are still so many options to explore. It feels like maybe the B1 could be down prioritized a little bit for G2. Maybe they start to think, you know what? We're not having that much of a great time outside of the B-bomb site. Maybe it's worth testing A. That would be a nice change of pace. Go towards the other side. Maybe they don't want to mess with the AWP.
Well, you can't even blame them for that, can you? Who actually wants to fight Alu?
Yeah, but at some point, right? At some point in this half, surely you're going to have to neutralize that AWP, or at least go at it and see if you can test. They've kind of gone in this direction and usually shied away from it. Sometimes it's just been Keo we saw him trying to cleverly crouch through a smoke. That didn't pan out well. So utility being used over by Fountain to establish some kind of safe zone that they can use to move forward and establish map control.
Alu taking a little bit of damage, but he's not fallen all the way back. I kind of like this. I think sometimes people are really quick to give up, you know, the whole entire part of this map as soon as they fall off the first corner. And if you can just stick around like this, you'll get just a bit more warning. They have to use more grenades. if you feel confident in doing it, I think it's actually it's a big play.
The benefits it can provide moving forward as well. If they have to be worried about, you know, someone Hopper confidently standing in bathrooms and just fighting a retreating battle, that can be such a difficult thing. So even just having a presence there at least once or twice, but I like the call even more from Ence with 35 seconds left to just drop back into the bomb site.
I'm so scared about the time here for G2.
We've seen them. I mean, the bomb is just now passing the fountain. They've got a long way to go, 25 seconds, and this fight has to be clean.
I mean, 5-on-5 with 3 men on the A bomb site. I think it's going to be anything but. Sergey will get the first kill. Aloe goes down. Jax, that's a huge run into the bomb site. And Sunny, they know where he is, and they're just going to double team him. 6 seconds left for the bomb plant. If there had been a flank or anything like that, it would have been a disaster. X7 will catch Amanek and jumping into the site. He actually could have got that kill unlucky as well. And now it's Aerial versus Kenny, a one-on-one. He doesn't have a smoke or anything, and Kenny's out there with that AWP. Surely he gets that kill every single time. Double kill for Kenny in the round, a double for Lucky, and G2. Very close call, but they win it. And look at the money for Ence. Oh dear.
I think the frustrating thing for that Ence defense has got to be the fact that Sunny wasn't able to get that kill at long fast enough. I don't know if he was trying to get like 1 or 2, or if like line up a second one, but the fact that the player, I think it was Jax, right before Sunny kills him in that corner, he's able to get the player inside of the bomb site. That opens everything up. That's such a huge, huge kill that comes out just half second too late. 5-2, and that's the money gone for Ence. And now, I mean, you want to talk about Alu and what kind of an impact he can have. He better have most of it in this round. The only weapon they have to fight with, but he's already backing up into the site. He's heading towards long, and there's no one there. So the one gun for the defense is as far away as humanly possible on the map.
Yeah, he's trying to be very mobile, but I mean, it's kind of a hard thing to guess, isn't it? Exactly where they're going to be. Waiting around at a long even... Is he jumping to try and look over? Can he do that? How much can he see? Is he just trying to avoid a flashbang if it shows up? Could be both.
Look how passive G2 is, though. With that one pick, Kenny is still so far back, just looking towards long, looking for any kind of aggression. They're pretty much allowing Kiyoshima. He's just unleashed. Kiyo, go find out what's in that A bomb site. And he hasn't turned the corner yet, but he'll find a free site. Sunny and Aerial on the rotation back. Some of this is down to timing. But I don't think they'll expect Kiyo to be here. That is not going to be a kill, but he's controlling. They still don't know Alu is out towards long, and that's the big question. How long will Alu go undiscovered? No one looking in that direction. Kenny S is going to start planting. Alu's going to try and stop it, but he finds Kiyo. He finds the second, the no-scope as well. And it's a 3-on-4.
That isn't even a bad play for Jax. He almost has to try and do that. Now finally, Alu goes down, defusing inside of the smoke. It's going to take a long time, but now Kenny, he gets the shot through. He had the angle, and that is a bit of a save. Otherwise, who knows what could have happened. That was scary for a minute, wasn't it?
That was starting to get unsettling, that the defuse was going on that long, and Kenny especially, I mean, it's fair play to Ence, swinging and just taking the fight, just trying to keep his attention away from the bomb diffuser.
Did you notice that jump that Kiyoshima took to look into bank stairs? It's kind of cool. I think he uses the fact that there's like a little roof to that building that he jumps into, so it isn't like the full jump. But also, I think he actually sort of backed off into the wall, and it slowed him down so there was no noise even. Like everything about that just actually looked really cool. It's like a little detail.
We'll have to go back and investigate.
Do love that sexy French Counter-Strike sometimes. 6-2.
I don't think anyone said that.
People should have said that.
Ooh, nice
look
spam.
at this. That's hot.
That was all right. Well, spam porn.
Yeah, that should be a subreddit, shouldn't it? Sunny goes down to Lucky, obviously, but Kenny overstepping the mark a little bit. Did not even seem necessary to try and take that fight at the corner.
Yeah, they've chipped away without committing too many resources. I mean, just Kenny down, and you have X7 alone at the B bomb site. Sergey's on a mission here. He's going to go for the flank. Kiyoshima looking for this turn of the corner. They get in a fight. Big win for Sergey. Kiyo, despite looking in that direction, did not feel super ready for the battle. And still, just one defender at this B bomb site. It's X7 playing far back at Graffiti. Amanek, if he's got any utility, which he does not.
Oh, but he could catch him, couldn't he? Krieg is out. I don't know if Sergey's... He seems like he might be mentally ready for it. The grenade. He could have been dead already. 28 seconds. Well, that's confirming that at least there's one person there. Alu's been furiously rotating back and forth, and it feels like he's found the right place to be. That open play. They don't have any smokes to cross this gap, and I don't know if they're even going to make it. Alu, he's so fast with this rifle. You need smokes to get rid of him. 10 seconds trying to plant. Alu going to be almost certainly winning the round. That's a third kill for him. That is exactly what they need right here in Ence. That's a steal, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to really enjoy that. And we mentioned they were going to need Alu at least a couple times in this half to get him really fired up and going. He has to be the engine a little bit for this defense. Still, a round where it felt like G2 had an advantage. Almost felt like while faking Ence out, they also kind of confused themselves entirely on where the best place to attack was. That little fake over towards the A bomb site was like half committed, half not really committed, and then they had to fall back towards B, so I mean, Ence kind of read what was coming. Still, another round for G2 to invest in, and there's no money on the Ence side of things. They could actually ruin the day, and that's an awkward... Everything about that fight is awkward. Kenny's alive. X7's gonna be furious. To even take that fight as Kenny, you are kind of acknowledging the fact that if you get caught, if you miss the shot, you die.
Yeah, so he's somehow cheated death. And if I learned anything about watching Final Destination is that does not work out well.
It always comes back, doesn't it?
You gotta be real careful about that.
And now it's gonna be way more horrific.
Yeah, now.
Now it's...
Whereas before it was just a regular old plane crash. Now, you know.
Right, like a gun's gonna pop out of your hand, a grenade's gonna land at your feet. Your teammate's gonna, I don't know. It's dangerous to continue on that train of thought.
It is. They should.
Don't even say it.
No.
They do not need to make another one of those.
No, they should reboot it into a series where it's like.
What, a TV series?
Yeah, there's no story. It's just.
Every episode is someone trying to dodge.
Yeah, just don't even take that part of the story. No one cares about the fact that it's death chasing people, do they? You know, just.
That's part of this doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. So just make it, you know, abstract ways for people to come into accidents.
Oh, Sergey is in for a really rough time if they clear this corner. He's got no teammates, and he can't even get the double. There's no one else there. There's no one else even close by. That's a big gamble from Ence towards the B bomb site. Bomb's gonna get planted. They have 2 kits, no smoke, and an AWP for this retake. A lot of this falls on Aerial with this flank, but Lucky's read his number.
Wow, grenade to open the retake up with taking down Amanek. That's kind of big, but you're right. This is all on Lucky and Aerial back here, and Lucky will win the fight. Just no-scoping him. Jax goes down. Alu, he wants even more. He just had the triple last round, and he's got to pick up one more. He is such an outrageous player. He's been playing this game for such a long time. 11-6, and bringing his team... fighting and kicking back into this game.
I know, it's almost like he's... what a champion he's being at the moment. Again, G2 just had such a strong positioning on that retake and just everyone falling prey to Alu with the op. He gets every fight he wants. It's like everyone just thinks you can like peek into him and just straight up beat him. They're like, that's just Alu. We'll get him.
Underestimating him, perhaps? I don't know.
I mean, I don't think really, but there is like this weird... like that round just felt like everyone just kind of swinging into his crosshair. You know, he like gets the first kill, which is a great shot. I mean, that one probably should have died, but the follow-up on long, it's like, why are you... You know he's already got the angle. You know the opera's going to be there.
He is lacking that brand power of a Kenny or a Guardian where you're like, oh, be careful. It's like, you know, but I can't even think of a good reason why. It's not like this is something that he's just started doing. He's been doing this forever.
I love it. I still like have these weird glimpses. Remember when he was playing for Mousesports before he joined NIP?
Yeah.
He was such a beast in that team. He was like a one-man wrecking crew. He's like Miley Cyrus with a wrecking ball.
I mean, yeah. I had a lot of ways to go with that, but we'll just pack it up nicely and leave it at that.
And move along.
And move along.
Back to Final Destination TV series.
That's a much better topic. Pistols on the side of G2. I mean, 6-4 is still pretty good for them. Like, I think the French side's getting really happy about this. It's just that they had the economic lead. They could have rolled this into like a 8-2 lead or something. It could have been so far ahead. So in that context, maybe it's a bit of a shame.
All right, It's Sergey. Oh, oh, that's not ideal. Oh, he got caught on the fence. These pistols, they can do so much work. Alu again is being called upon, and again he's delivering. USP's out, he knows they're wrapping, and that's just too much to ask. There's some breathing room as well. Jax with the AWP, spots one jumping out. Kyo's got that, and it's all craziness. It's chaos. In this retake, the pistol's doing work. And a 2-on-2, and finally things settle down. Finally, everyone gets to take a breath and reassess the situation.
Smart relocation for Kiyoshima, considering the bomb plant. There is a smoke, which means it's not necessarily great news if Jax is going to be the only one left trying to shoot for the smoke to stop the defuse. He gets that kill on Sunny. He's done a lot already, and well, now X7. He's fighting someone while he's being shot in the back almost, picking up the AWP and going for the defuse. He has the kit as well, and he's not getting the angle, and it's a disaster. After all that work, and still end up winning the round.
They have gotten very fortunate on 2 or 3 rounds in this. They have been bailed out there by the smoke diffuse. They've been bailed out by Alu about twice now in rounds that just seemed like a little bit out of their reach. The fact that they're still in this game is actually incredible. And if you're G2, this is all frustrating, especially this round. However, you have to know their money is low. You have to know there's not going to be an AWP on the board for Alu. You have to know they're not going to have a whole lot of nades and utility. You've ground their money down. You have to be able to read the economic situation and realize such a big advantage in a reset scenario as well.
It's the fact that he outlines him with the bullets as he's defusing, and the second he's done and he wins around, he gets the kill on him. Like, am I some sort of joke to you? Alu now with the auto shotgun. Strange.
Look at Long.
Strange switch up.
They're getting close. They wanted to turn the corner. That's the first kill. They haven't seen the second player. Here comes the rest of G2. Big win from Sunny. Only gets the second, and Jax has no idea that Ariel's lying in wait. Death always comes for you at the end.
And this time, yeah, it's disguised as a Finnish man. Which, you know, it makes a certain amount of sense. Lucky.
If Death was any nationality, which would it be?
I don't know. I think I don't think Finland is far off. It's cold up there. I think it's possible. Alu gonna pick up a kill there, trading out the auto shotgun for a Krieg. He was actually flanking them, coming up through the connector ladder. 6-6, it's tied up, and just as we were saying this earlier, when it seems like someone's winning, just they don't really get away with it.
Yeah, no matter what kind of ridiculous fashion, it always seems like between these two teams, there's going to be a second wind out of whichever team is getting beaten up. And I think more than more than Nuke, I think if G2 ends up losing the series, they're going to look at Overpass and be like, Jesus, we had him on the hook. Like, we had him.
Yeah, the money and everything else. And now, actually, speaking of money, they've had to go for sort of a weird half buy into this round. Looks like they want to try for the B-bomb side again. I couldn't tell you why, because it hasn't really been working out well for them. And
go on.
This new data set is also it's really showing no breakthrough at all in the research. Lost all the funding.
7-6, and that is a very dominant round out of Ence. 5 in a row now for the defense. Going into the 14th round. This has gotten very, apt considering our poll the other day, but this has gotten very brawly. Like, this is the end of the fight between Rocky and Apollo Creed.
Oh, where
they're about to both knock each other out, and then just like who's gonna stand up first.
The defense has come down. Now they're just swinging.
All slugfest. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Pop flash in. Alu's getting aggressive, and this is the tough part if you're G2. Not only did you have him on the ropes to a certain degree, but now it feels like Ence is willing to be way more creative and way more aggressive. Now that they've had the confidence of winning, 5-6 rounds in a row, now they also have money to back up kind of some variation in the playbook. You can risk the weapons a little bit more because you can rebuy them, and this is the side of Ence that G2 has not been able to control just yet.
If they can swing it all the way back from being down 6-2 into, maybe even 9-6, that would be kind of incredible.
It's feeling that way.
Look at Sergey gatekeeping that side of the map. He's just, they can get up connectors, sure, but even then.
Well, he's going to have a fast flank no matter where they go, right? That's the big advantage of it. Even X7, He just has a creek, 6 HP. He can go down very, very quickly. Sergey's just now starting to make his move. This defense, though, I mean, 45 HP between the two defenders at the speed bomb, so you can understand why they're playing it very passively. Chip damage onto Jax and Ariel, just gonna let them plant, waiting for his teammates to come in because Sergey is the strength of this on the flank, and that's a big kill. Jax was about to be ready. Great damage onto Amanek.
Great damage, and even just getting the information that he's out there, that's going to make it really tricky. Flashbang does next to nothing, but Kiyoshima still able to pick up the kill. They are solo on health, these last remaining T-side players, but a headshot for Kiyoshima, leaving X7, and he himself has got next to nothing left. Kiyo will actually solve that problem for them. A quad kill on him, and a 7th round for G2. That I did not see coming. It looked like they were going to absolutely fail that round.
Yeah, be a little wiped out. Regardless, great peeking from Kiyoshima. Instead of waiting for the bomb to get tapped, he's peeking when they're on the way there. He's trying to find those awkward timings, and it works out perfectly. G2 finally stopped that streak. 5 straight for Ence before being shut down. And the final round of the half, so fitting. With all the odds that we've seen, with all the maps that we've seen played over the last 2 days between these two teams, it's going to be the slimmest of margins heading into the second half. The question is, which way?
Alo's still trying for that aggressive opening on the other side. And he even, like, think about how many opers, if they don't get the initial fight they wanted, they just back out. Like, think of Device opening on this map. You know, he's gonna show up, take a shot, and just fall back. Whereas the Halo is just sticking around for a long time. Just, you know, back peeking again, doesn't really even care. That's potentially exploitable, but also it's kind of scary because he's been hitting so many shots that I kind of want to give him the leash to do it. Like, he's holding 2 angles at the same time alone.
Yeah, there's not many people who would have fun doing that, who would relish that feat. But I mean, also, there hasn't been a whole lot of, like, fast-paced aggression from G2, so just feeling comfortable, and then you get, like, a sense of timing, right? Because he's also gathering information the whole time he's up there. When he sees no one, he's just like, well, guys, they all have to be outside this B bomb site, so just stay on alert. And here we go. Contact play through Monster. Perhaps one flashbang. It's a Tower of Doom, and it's demolished as well by Jax and Lucky. And now X7, 5-7 in the site. It's doing work, though.
Yeah, that really came crumbling down, didn't it? X7 trying to reposition himself, but that wide flank from Kiyoshima running all the way around him. 23 seconds. And still waiting a little bit for the bomb plant. It's back behind the pillar, and they're gonna get one more kill, making absolutely sure they've got a good shot at this. Trying to spam through, which I think he had the right idea. So 1-on-2 now for Sergey. It's gonna be very, very tricky to get this one done, and Kenny will end the round 8-7 in favor of G2. So still, that is his rig for first half. They've got every shot at doing this.
Yeah, great first half for both teams, really, especially when you consider it looked like it was going to be, you know, Ence just demolishing this for that streak in the middle, but G2 just able to grab those final ones to give them a little bit of happiness going into the break, which we're going to head to right now as well. Stay tuned. We'll be right half, and we'll see who is getting eliminated from ESL One New York.
Yeah. Ay, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. keep it large, okay? Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper, it's minimum effort. Yeah, your coach getting severed. The industry dry as a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight W's, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basic, skipping this classes. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy, what about too hard? Ayy, about too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music I spice things, up to my liking. Man, I want nice things.
The final half of this epic saga between Ence and G2 at ESL One New York, and it is going to be an overpass here. We'll decide who's going to be making it through and who will get knocked out of the tournament. G2, 8 rounds on T side. That's pretty convincing, but again, we don't do everything that we thought was going to play out normally. Every time someone has a lead, every time someone's in a good position to close out the whole thing, they find a way to throw it away, or something else happens that's strange. So it's very hard to... It's hard to judge how this game is going to unfold at the moment.
All of these halves have just been, I think that the only way is like, all these halves have just been so back and forth. They go on like these little mini runs where one team has all the power, one team is creating all the clutches and all the magic, and the other team is really, really struggling to find a grip in the match. So, I mean, if history between these two teams over the past 2 days has anything to say about it, this is going to be right down to the wire.
It's great. Wouldn't want it any other way. A smoke on a Molotov on X7 to begin with. Not seeing any P250s picked up at the moment, so... I don't know, you could do a lot with that.
Alu with 16 kills coming into this second half. Lucky with 15. Keo and Amanek at 13, and then you go back to Ence, 7 at 11, and Sunny at 10. Top 3 for each team. 4 players for Ence right outside of Monster Tunnel. That flashbang nets them absolutely 0 information.
Yeah, but Keo still has his, so so this is like a little squad of just Lucky and Jax looking to find something. Now, actually, they're going to be rotating back. So the fact that those 2 players saw nobody, Keo takes as a sign that, okay, fine, no one's going to be here. Now he has to get back in a hurry. They need that flashbang. He's got it primed already. Can they do anything with it at all? That's the question. He's a little bit slow instead. Kenny with the headshot, and Keo's actually saved the flashbang for a while. That's in itself impressive, and he goes down. And that is not good news.
Well, Jax is trying to make a play around the ramp side. He needs Kenny to hold him off a little bit longer. So close, both of those players. But look at the flank. They're going to try and stop the plant, and they're not able to do it. The USPs don't connect in time, but a big advantage. 3 on 2. Lucky very, very low. There's the flashbang. Keo's flashbang finally used, and they're going to protect the diffuser. Amanek from above. A very nice angle, and Ence just barely lose out on the pistol round.
Normally, you would say, if you get the actual bomb site, and then you manage to push the CTs all the way into the tunnels out there, you're doing such a great job. But the problem was, they were getting flanked, right? So then, suddenly, they have to fight their way back in to stop the defuse, and they don't have the high ground control. That was such a weird way to lose a round. But G2 are going to be thrilled about this, aren't they?
Yeah, they have to be. I mean, again, getting started on the right foot. Very similar in the first half. They rattled off their first 4 in a row.
Oh, and look at this. The odds have changed a little bit now.
They've swung.
They have swung. People convinced by the French side. They've been playing really good Counter-Strike. Again, there's something about watching Kyoshima as an individualist. Think about how he's playing that T side a lot of the time, like alone, sneaking around, and he's so competent at doing that. He's so well qualified for that job.
And also, I mean, the benefit of it being just a stand-in, there's no communication. Like, nothing for him to, like, no obligations that he has to a teammate. Just play for yourself. Have a good time.
I might even want to do that even if he was permanent in the team. So, you know what? You just do you, and then the rest of us will figure something out.
Classic. Happy strategy. 4-1.
Yeah.
Boost up.
Rest in peace, Happy.
Towards the map. Sunny's at long. Sergey and Ariel in the bathrooms. The boost up yields results. They peek towards long. Sunny's ready for the follow-up as well. That was very dedicated to that fight, where Sunny was also already scoped in. And X7 lurking into the B bomb site is doing some work, doing some really fine work with that Galil.
They just lost every single opening fight in this round. It didn't even look like Ence, end game was even unfolded here. They just sort of snuck up to bathrooms, down to that L bend at B, and then that's it. Winning 4 fights.
Well, what? I think, were Alu and Sergey the first 2 to go down? Or have I lost my mind? It was the boost up, and I think the other one was picked, and then it was Sunny out towards long, holding the angle with that Krieg, and they both peeked into him. The rotation due to that was caught by X7, and then the follow-up. I don't know, that was a long time ago. So.
Yeah, at least a minute. Jax is going to try and make his way with the Orkan. That's going to be working out fine. But yeah, I don't know. That's G2's celebration cut pretty short. Because, again, just like in the beginning of the first half when they had that 6-2 lead, this should have been even better, right? The 9-7 should have been probably even like 11-7 by the time that Ence started to feel a little bit comfortable. And now they are loving it. No money left on the French side, and Ence has every chance to not just equalize, but maybe even do more than that. Now, for following the pattern of this game, that means G2 are going to be just winning this round. No problem.
With the Deagles, the 3 Deagles, the AUG.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see how it goes. Fast-paced, 4 players towards B, going in towards short. Spam on Almanac to force him away. That's actually very effective. And even Sunny continuing up finds the kill onto Kiyoshima. So man advantage now as well. There's going to be a boost up from the CT side. Is Sunny not aware of it just yet? It comes in late. He still has his life. He's been dealt a lot of damage, and he returns some as well.
As long as they don't get flanked, and Sergey is very aware that that could be happening, it feels like they're in a good position. Those pistols could still be a little bit annoying. It looks like they're going to try and boost over. It could be a very cool idea.
The problem for G2 is that Jax is getting them so much information, but he's also the only one with the rifle. So he's saying, yeah, they're all over at that B bomb site, which is great. You get to stack it up, you're ready for the hit, but you only have pistols and 2 low HP players. At some point, it feels like Jax, if they want to win this round, is going to have to make a move. This is going to be so tough to hold on to, especially when all the utility comes out, all the flashbangs, the Molotov, and Jax still has not budged.
Wow, that's quick. Kenny was actually trying to make his model really small by looking into the ground, but then the Molotov landed on top of him, and then it doesn't even matter what kind of acrobatics you were doing in that corner. But the flick from X7 was lightning fast, wasn't it?
That was great, especially because the Molotov was there as well, and I think he was holding on to that position just a little bit longer than X7 would have liked. So yeah, very cool. It's going to be 9-9. We're all tied up, Anders. Who you got winning this?
All tied up. I'm going to... I don't know.
Uh-oh. Gonna go for French Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
Back him up?
Yeah.
You really want to?
I am gonna do that.
You sure?
I've had my heart broken by French Counter-Strike so many times. It's not even funny, but yes, I'm gonna go with the French.
Buckling in for one last ride?
Yeah, there's something about them. Like, they always convince me in the end, Just the thought that you could relive some of it.
Some of the glory days.
It's also exciting because... it is sort of like following, one of those days of our lives type of, TV shows that last forever, and, people betray each other left and right, and it's like, at some point you were thinking this is sort of...
it's a soap opera.
Yeah, exactly, right. And at some point you would think, like, this is awful writing, but I kind of still want to know what's happening next.
It's terrible writing, but damn is it good.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see next week.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
What season are we in of this soap opera?
Oh, we're real deep now.
Yeah, this is like 35.
We've got, lovers returning as well. You've got the people who were always meant to be with each other, but they couldn't. And then, suddenly it's like, oh, well, now we finally can get, Kenny and Shox in the TMT. But no, but then it doesn't work out.
Our shared hatred has brought us together, and now it's developed into something much deeper and more meaningful.
Yeah, I think there's a really good parallel being drawn here. I think somebody could do some amazing Photoshops.
You know a video I haven't seen in a while that is actually hilarious while we have this downtime of this eco round. What's the video? It's like Duncan doing one of his videos where he's explaining how RPK was called back up to the French teams, and then someone did the animated comic with his voiceover.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
We need to find that video again.
I remember that moment very well. Yeah, someone could do that. Link it to us. Jax, seeing the gun barrel, I think, and winning the fight against Alu, that was a weird mistake.
It really doesn't matter. This position from Sunny.
Oh yeah, that should be the game over, shouldn't it?
Yeah, this is the checkmate play. This is like, you're all dead. I'm sorry. The USPs aren't going to save you. Easy kill for Sunny. Even second, he's going to go back for more. He wants the bonus money. He wants it all. Not going to get the third frag, but he's going to at least get the assist. And yeah, that's cracked open the bomb site very quickly.
Nothing fair about that, which is exactly how you want to win rounds. 10-9.
Look at the bonus money now on there. I mean, not the bonus money, but look at the money on Ence, just in general, just the regular money.
Just the regular money, the real dollars.
They've got a lot of cash. They've got Rolex cash.
I don't know how much does a Rolex cost. I've never even thought of buying one.
They vary.
Okay.
From expensive to obscenely expensive.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the sort of person that it'd be so unbelievably wasted on me, I would scratch it in one day.
I'm the same way.
There's no point in me getting Rolex ever.
I'm the exact same way. Keo at the top of the stairs. Oh, that is a poor timing, but Almanek saves the day. Triple kill for him. I'm not even sure how that worked so spectacularly. Alu knows he's got him trapped, knows he's got to go for that fight, and now he's forced away. That looked like it was about to be a disaster for Keo.
Get that man a Rolex. That was some, having some bling bling on top of that play. It was beautiful.
He's had so many of those today, I feel like.
He has, and even now with the M4, but I feel like the Krieg has been just the main thing. Like, he's just been deleting people at almost any range. 2 versus 4, 50 seconds. There's no way to lose that round if you're G2, right? Absolutely 0 ways you can do that.
Yeah, hold their champagne.
Just don't fight Alu. Yeah, smoke him off, leave him alone. It's better that way. There we go. Amanek with a quad kill now. And X7 in the 1 versus 4. So again, for G2 now, just save the rifles. Again, we've already established you can't lose the round. So
we've already set the rules, the parameters for this particular simulation. And X7, yeah, he's going down. Keo's gonna steal the ace away from Almanek. Yeah.
Which is fine. We'll forgive it. Right now, this is about trying to stay in the tournament. 10-10, all tied up. All these games have been like this.
Right, but it feels like G2, they won. They finally stopped the streak. We'll see if they can build one of their own. They've got some money. Ence is digging real deep into their wallets as well. Everyone's sitting around 2K, so 2 more victories for G2, and they'll finally have broken Ence if they can actually manage to string them together. Big round here for how this second half, the rest of this map, the rest of this series is going to play out.
Kiyoshima taking a bit of damage early on. Guessing from some wallbang shots coming through. A lot of people maneuvering crazily back and forth down to the B bomb site. Not 100% clear. Are they boosting with 2 people still in the bomb site?
Yeah,
that is so wild.
They've got 4 players here. They might actually need it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Kenny Molotov out of position. That boost has to work, but it's, well, so far just tapping away slowly. They get a kill eventually, but Kenny's doing most of the work down here, and they'll win that round. That was a great call for a triple stack or for a quad stack, but normally I would have said that's too much.
It's outrageous, but it's worked. Ence walk right into it. And they needed it. Yeah, that initial boost, the initial salvo from Keo just was not landing. He was doing massive damage, but Ence never knew where he was firing from. So, 10 to 11, another bye for Ence, but this is the last one they got. This is what I'm talking about. They are very, very destitute behind whatever they bring into this round. So losing this is a complete catastrophe for them down the stretch.
G2 are starting to build a bank of their own. They've had some rounds here where they've managed to come out with 3, 4, even 5 members alive, and that is slowly building up. Jack and Amanek pushing, or Jax and Amanek pushing up long. They're gonna lose that fight immediately. Jax only gets 1 in return, and that is not good enough.
No, it's not good at all. And now, I mean, you just have the spectacular cheat of 4 players over to the B bomb side. How do you recover from this if you're G2? I guess part of the answer is let Kenny S remain aggressive, trying to grab information towards bathrooms, keep 2 players over at B. But there's so many options available to Ence. They can slow play this. They can force the utility out of G2. Now the problem is they can't do any kind of a fake execute. They only have 1 smoke and flashbangs. Big win for Lucky, but traded immediately. It's all on Keo, and Kenny is hustling over to this bomb site.
Keo's been great this whole game. Wouldn't put it past him to be able to do some damage here. Sergey set up ready in case Kenny shows up from that angle. But he's down on the low ground and jumping on top of Kiyoshima. He barely survives. Delaying the bomb plant just a little bit. And now that's maybe a good call. 1 versus 2. And Kenny way out in the open, already scoped up. That's so scary. The smoke actually provided a wall for Kenny to stay alive too. Otherwise, I think Sergey, we've already seen him. A missed shot, but they know where he is. He'll follow it up, take down Ariel, and hiding at the edge of the smoke is Sergey, and that will give the round to Ence a big whip victory here. 11-11, they needed that desperately.
Still not out of it. You have to imagine G2 is going to buy in this next round. It's right on the edge for a few players. It's going to be a scrappy buy, but the one power behind it is the double up. Lucky's going to have one, Kenny has the other. And it's so much rides on this for both of these teams. Both squads investing and out of money after this buy. This determines who controls the money situation in these final 7 or 8 rounds.
Yeah, that's going to be a big difference maker. Amanek and Lucky playing a little bit aggressively over on that side, but once Amanek falls back, you have to assume Lucky, yeah, he has to follow suit. And very, very slow start to this round for Ence. Really being careful.
I think they looked at what's left when they hit tab on all the teammates. They're just like, we might have to win this. This is a huge one. Mac 10 on X7. He's alone at the B bomb site. Oh, and he's got a long route to walk through that short sewer. Kenny's about to turn the corner with the AWP. He's got that kill. No chance for a response. Lucky has his up towards long A, and he's got one as well. The double up setup is working perfectly for G2. They've got 2 picks on the extremities, and look at the mini-maps. Look at all the blue dots just sinking back deeper into the bomb site. They want to force Ence into a commitment.
And this is the perfect start, not just for the double ups, but also because there's no grenades left on G2. So if it had gone into an execute where they had to do a retake or anything like that, it would have been tremendously difficult. Now instead, they've got a lot to work with here, just in terms of the man advantage. 40 seconds on the clock, and Ence have a smoke as well. How do you get that working?
I'm not sure where you even put that smoke. Even Lucky falling deeper to a new angle with the AWP, and oh, that is a bold peek from Kiyoshima, but he's never going to repeat that angle after the AWP clears out. And I don't know what you do if you're Ence. Do you actually still go for this? 18 seconds on the clock, and they're lining up like they want to. They're fortunate no one's peeked. There's the off angle, opening kill for Ariel. It's possible with Lucky, missed shot. Bomb is on the ground, 10 seconds on the clock still, and now they get aggressive, and there's no chance, especially with that flank. Sergey can't find a target to shoot at. 12-11, a lead for G2, but they've won the economic struggle.
Kiyoshima triple in that round. And yeah, just finally breaking the bank of Ence. That is going to be the real difference maker here. Catching him in the middle of the tunnel. Definitely bad news. No bomb plant, no money, and I don't know. I mean, you sort of asked the question halfway through, but if they had saved those 3 rifles, this round would have still been a pretty lethal one. Like, they could have done so much with it. But the fact that they went for it seemed almost hopeless.
Well, and then also on top of that, you're buying into this round, you're investing into pistols and armor, so that's just going to hurt what you can bring forward even in the next one. And look at all the damage you've already taken. Ence in a really tough spot after fighting this hard through Dust 2, losing it overtime, 19-17. Nuke is what, 16-11 victory, I believe, for the Ence side of things. And now here stumbling close to the finish line on Overpass.
Yeah, luckily for Ence, I mean, at 12-11, it's not like this is their last chance to do it, but if you don't do some damage in this round, take some rifles away, then the economy for the French side is going to be so much better, and then you've got to win a bunch of consecutive rounds. 48 seconds as they make their way towards the restrooms here. Kenny's got the right idea, even just letting them know. Amanek, that was a clever sort of, he was crab walking, pre-firing, backing up.
Flashbang from his teammate as well. And I don't think now that definitely seals it. These Deagles are just desperately looking for something, anything. Bombs on the ground. Sonny's going to go pick it up. Amanek still with eyes on it, still using the angle to at least have the information. He's done massive damage, and these guys, they need to go die. And, well, that helps. The grenade just dropping at your feet, and Alu goes down as well. 13-11, and still, because of the Deagle investment, because of the armor investment, no one from Ence has any money to spend. It might be, I mean, I guess maybe if you're feeling desperate enough, you go for another one of those half buys, another one of those Deagle and armor, just to see if it does anything for you, but there's no rifles you can bring out here.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't even know about that. They could do it, but depending on the level of preparation and how good they feel about Overpass, this is where you want to see them have the full grenade stack, pick and execute that they like, and go for it. Now, they're running through the fire into the bullets. It's not great.
It's not the combo you want.
But it was over quickly. And
this matchup, we could actually just dub this the Greasy Burger matchup.
The Greasy Burger matchup.
And that could be like a trophy that each team travels with. Like, I mean, it couldn't be like you'd have to preserve it in some fashion.
That wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't be against that. We have these games every once in a while where it just, you know, feels like no team is really on solid ground in any way.
What if you just got it sponsored by a different burger joint every time, and then we got catered?
Would they see the upside? I feel like maybe some of those establishments, but
Listen,
we can probably
Anders,
find some.
I feel if you and I walk into that boardroom, we can convince them of anything.
Say, you know what? This is going to be strange, but we've got a fantastic idea.
We described it as a disgusting, artery-clogging cheeseburger, but if you sponsor it...
That you love.
It will be a delicious, majestic double cheeseburger with 6 slices of cheese. Ariel leading the way.
You feel guilty for enjoying it, but it's so good. Yeah, very much like this game, in fact. 14-11. And the money solidly favoring G2 at the moment, but again, not to such an extreme degree that Ence can't bring it back. If they win this round and the next round, probably that's it. And then we're at, 13-14. Great flick from Kenny. And you talked about Ence going a bit aggressive on their CT side. Now G2 are doing something similar, and they don't even see anybody else outside of B. And that long push, if it was further up, maybe you just even react immediately. You say, that's it, we've been caught, let's go. But now it's really delayed.
And again, they're taking so long and they have so much ground to cover, the utility's going to run out as well. You have so many corners to clear with those flashbangs and limited nades to do it with. 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, 1 flashbang. And if you tell someone that is the only utility they'll have to be able to use in a set piece, it feels like that's got to be a B hit.
That's what they're doing as well.
But, I mean, this is just a lot of time for G2. This defense has no pressure on it. And the tough part is, even if this is going to be a B hit, right? Sonny's nowhere nearby. Sonny's over in bathroom. So, I mean, if he doesn't do anything, he's got...
He might not even make it.
Yeah, and he's got a smoke. Oh. All right, well, Alu now. Point man covering his teammate. They found an avenue in. Shut down quickly by Jax and Kenny S. And the G2 defense, they are in perfect position. Time's running out. Plant can't even go down, even if they don't get the kills, which Jax will. And this feels just like Ence fading away right at the final hurdle.
Yeah, they've made it very, very close here to the finish line, but it looks like G2 are going to get there before them. Nice triple from Jax. 15-11, and it is a match point now for G2. 4 of them in a row, and the money for Ence is not looking good. And I don't know. I haven't seen them yet find that weakness that they could really exploit. They've won some fights, and that's rolled them into some rounds, but...
I don't even think they have found a weakness they can exploit, but it feels like mostly because they've just been so, like, these rounds just feel like such passive rinse and repeat, where like you're not even testing the preliminary defensive G2 in any way. Like, it just feels like silence on the map, passiveness on the map until about 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, and then if you win the opening fight, it's, you know, it's good on you.
Oh, and you have to win the opening fight because you're out of nades. It's going to happen again here. At least this time they're being aggressive with a minute and 20. At least Alu's already got some kind of a stance at the end of bathrooms. Deep smoke makes Kenny a tad nervous.
And Alu looks like he wants to play some kind of a fake here, which is just one flashbang, in fact, being thrown into the bomb site. And then they're going to go on the B-bomb side. It's all in here for Ence. Very hard to win like this. They're standing on top of Jackson. He's going to mow them down, and any pretense of a fake, I mean, it just wasn't enough. Alu now in a 1 versus 4, he takes down a kill, but I don't think it matters. 16 to 11, and G2 are going to make their way through. French Counter-Strike still kicking. Amanek at 24 kills, Keyshima at 23, and with a really, really long match and a struggle for them to make it through, but they've done it.
I think Ence looks back on this into this series, and I mean, Nuke is one thing, Dust 2, they're going to be really upset they didn't win either of those overtime games on it. I think the big thing is that first series they lost to G2 is the one they'll probably want to take the most out of. The comebacks were just so backbreaking.